What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome and welcome back. My name is Nelamat. Today I'm feeling guided to share some messages with you guys. Um, it is February the 2nd, 2026. And it's a message about change. It's a message of awareness. It's time to decide, right? Not that you have to. It's up to us if we want to decide to get very clear about what is it that we are ready to experience in life. There's a lot of people suffering, there's a lot of people going through struggles, there's a lot of people feeling very confused, lost, in crisis. And even though this is an aspect to this journey, it is important to also practice critical thinking. It's important to seriously reevaluate our lives. The truth is that change brings discomfort, and Mother Earth is providing not just the energy, because we can look at the planetary alignments, what's happening in the above, right? What's happening with the stars, and how there are many alignments, and uh, there are many alignments that are triggering a lot of healing, right? And change and growth and expansion, and also, well, the aspect to where we have to transmute pain and clear our vessels, right? A lot of people have been getting colds and flu and all of that, and that's just a way of our body cleansing from the grief, the mucus stuck in our physical vessel that create lots of illnesses. And so the mother is a source of grace, or if we can want to say the creator, right? The creator, source, mother, father, eternal child of all creation, or the universe, or God, if you want to refer us, right? Um, and so there's a message of, we have to become very decisive. We have to decide what is it that we're ready to experience. And something very important to take into consideration is the aspect to where we have to show up in our lives. You have to show up. Like change, growth, expansion, evolution, healing. It's going to require you to really, really, really go into a place to where you're ready to surrender the old life and the old you. And that is a process that requires lots of sacrifices, and requires the aspect to where we have to unveil ourselves, requires the aspect to where we're going to have to take time out, right? Take time out to really reevaluate our choices, our decisions, to witness how we relate to our minds, to our thoughts, what are our belief systems, what kind of traditions do I still carry, right? How am I functioning? And when it comes to life and decision making and transitioning and expansion, and when it comes to what my heart is guiding me to experience, like how am I processing this? How am I analyzing life? How open and receptive am I really, right, to bring about this change, to really manifest tangible miracles, if we want to say, or changes, right? The journey of a spiritual awakening, it's not just about the mind, it's not just about speaking about the creator. There's one aspect, right, the aspect of the mental, but there is an aspect to where you're going to have to sit with the emotional body, right? You're going to have to reconnect with your spiritual body. You're going to have to also act on real life, right? Spirituality is life. Life is spirituality. How you want to express your spiritual principles, your values, your morals, what is important to you, that's just very authentic and unique, right? we are facing very important times, and we're being given this period to really sit with things, to ask ourselves, who am I without the narratives and the stories and the programming and the conditionings and the past trauma. Like, who am I beyond just my skin color or my physical appearance? Who am I, and why am I ready to, and how am I ready to show up, right? If I have been changing, have been shifting, if I have been going through process of revelations, if I have shifted, and if my consciousness have expanded, um and who am I, right? And am I ready to really act on that? I'm being guided to speak up, to put this out here, because people can get lost in the waiting and the aspect where we're speaking about spirituality, but in truth you have to practice spirituality, and it is in your day-to-day life, confronting day-to-day situations. If you are in rooted and grounded with Mother Earth, then you understand that your safety, your security comes from within you, and it comes from your connection to the earth, and it comes from your experience of abundance coming from the Mother, coming from the above and to the beloved, right? If you're grounded and rooted, and if you have cultivated a relationship with your ancestors, now then you're experiencing communication. Now you're understanding more. All right, this is how we work together. You see, change does not happen from just from the mental. That's just one aspect of change. It really is time to see it with the bigger picture of what life is showing us: creation, creator, Mother Earth, God. There needs to be change, and change must be embodied all the way from the spiritual into the physical. So we must ground actions each day that are expressions of, like I said, our personal spiritual principles and values, and your ideas of moral or your beliefs. I'm being guided to speak about this because there's a lot of deceptive information out there. There's a lot of deceptive. And let's make this very clear. I'm not saying that there is just one way to move about your journey, but there are universal truths that we cannot bypass. Yeah. The creator stores nature, is intelligence. Everything is moving, functioning in such a precise way. We have a physical vessel with systems and organs and living organisms, and there are relationships within them. So who are we really to think that we can bypass that there is divine order to things, and that in order for us to really evolve, transform, and manifest real tangible changes in our life and in our reality, right? We have to really understand this journey. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there consciously and unconsciously sharing very distorted information. There's information, knowledge overflow too. And so it is up to us to really open ourselves up to practice discernment. And discernment must be cultivated. This is the time to where you have to be very rooted, not just within yourself, within the creator, within the earth, in order to continue and to continue your journey and to bring about the changes that you know you need. Because if you still are functioning from despair, sorrow, suppress anger, if you still are carrying that in your memory and your waters, your frequency, your energy, your body is freaking and screaming survival. It's, you are sending a signal. And this is the aspect of where I'm saying we cannot bypass. We can say whatever we want here. But at the end of the day, your current reality, the situations that you're experiencing and living and where you at is telling you what's really going on within you. It's giving you the clues. It's letting you know. A lot of times we are waiting. I'm waiting for the world to change. I'm waiting for this to happen. We're waiting. There are groups of people waiting, literally waiting. What are we waiting for? Because change happened today. The future is nowhere. There is an uncertainty and unknown. Things are not going to unfold in a way that a lot of people are thinking, because people are thinking very linear. We're going through a process, a shift in our humanity, and it's going to take years. And I feel like this is something that we really need to sit with it. Because, okay, yeah, in 1 month everything is going to be fixed. No, in 1 month you're going to have to deal with the shifts that are coming. And only if you are rooted within you, and if your priority is the creator, and if you are out of survival, you're going to be able to handle what is to come with a more centered way, practicing discernment, knowing where you stand. What is to come is not fixed, has not been written, it's not out there. This is the thing that needs to be dissolved. Understand. And now, how you're gonna be affected in your life, and how I'm gonna be affected in my personal life, and other people, is gonna be expressed very different. Nothing is just fixed. I feel that there's a message, a calling to really get into critical thinking, into discernment, and into finding a way to really shift our perspective and to go into a spiritual understanding, higher awareness. Can I zoom out of my own life and really look down at the earth and see what is truly playing out when it comes to our humanity, and when it comes to systems, when it comes to the world? This is why you have to invest in you. If you're feeling stuck, confused, if you're feeling overwhelmed, you might need support. You might need help. And now, where are you going to go and ask for help? And you need to really ask yourself important questions. Write things down. Practice critical thinking. Practice discernment. Sit in prayer and meditation and solitude. Find time to really process and understand what is about to unfold. Because, like I said, what is about to unfold is not fixed. And life, creation, the creator, the mother, God is presenting you with an opportunity to adjust and to work through your inner foundations, to cultivate a new alliance with your essence. There is a spirit, with your spiritual team, with the creator, with the mother, so then you can navigate life moving forward feeling safe. This is what's happening. We're going through another process when it comes to our human evolution. Everything is changing, everything is shifting, and the only way is through our evolution. Our evolution is time to evolve. We need to move from living from our survival brain, from our reptilian brain. We have to make new connections within our body and heal our vessels, our physicality, our biology. Everything is freaking, it needs to be shifted. I really want you guys to sit with what I'm saying, with the bigger picture of what's truly happening and what is going to continue to happen. And like I said, right now is really about Mother Earth shaking, and is bringing everything into the awareness of humanity. Those who are truth seekers will be able to see it. Those who are just settling down, who still are so rigid in their thinking, won't be able to see it. But life, nature, the creator does not wait for you or me or my neighbors or the people to evolve. Change doesn't wait for anyone, it happens. Then we complain, oh my God, why am I going through this? Oh my God, the illnesses. Oh my God, why are things falling apart? Oh, why? Life is going to continue happening. ING. We are creation. We're not meant to be fixed. Nothing is fixed. And so if you're not understanding what I'm saying, then if you cannot understand it right now, I'm going to say, maybe you want to listen to his message again and take notes and really sit with things, and or talk to somebody else and listen to his message. I am here to serve as a messenger. It really is time to see the bigger picture of what's truly unfolding. The matrix is going to place all of the distractions, because what happens when you get really committed and serious and you go through the process of evolution, and now you become rooted in your root chakra, and now you understand how to move forward, and now your frequency is that is electric and magnetic. Men, the feminine with the masculine working together, and you're now what, breaking free, baby. And now you're not no longer bound by the nonsense of the matrix. You become powerful. You become a vessel for the creator to continue co-creating. Yes, because we are one with the creator. However, it's gonna be from a different frequency, a different vibration, a different energy. Heart and mind coherence, co-creating consciously, and from a place of divine perspective and divine perception. And so what happens? Here you are, you don't have to settle. And here you are, you don't have to be in the struggle and the chase and the rat race. And even how you're going to deal with the shift of energies when it comes to your physical vessel is going to be very different. Matrix doesn't want that, because now you be cutting the cords with the old matrix, and you be grounding new seeds, awakening your purpose, living in your truth, experiencing miracles. This is the message I am guided to share. Thank you guys so very much. I really ask you from the bottom of my heart that you sit with this. And it's important to keep an open mind and an open heart. Being rigid in our thinking, fixed, being stubborn, and rejecting change or rejecting new ways of thinking or seeing things and perceiving things is really going to get you stuck. And it's not the universe keeping you stuck. It is that you might be holding on because there's fear and there's uncertainty, and it's going to trigger you into having to go and relate to things very differently. And the ego and your nervous system, if you still are functioning from survival, doesn't like that. So there's going to be a womb, what? An awakening. But this is the medicine you need. All right. May you be blessed in your journey.